Okay, so Blame the Controller is on another little, like, bitch baby thing where he's just bitching about stupid shit that doesn't matter, and yeah, it's just this shit again. But yeah, so like the original thing where he was actually bitching about like the Ramatra like intro or not intro origin story and it's literally just calling it racist, even though it was just like, these are just no-name background characters that you're complaining about. They don't fucking matter. Also, you're ignoring the obvious black dude right fucking next to the white dude there, so like what the fuck? Like I wanted to touch on that again just a little bit if anyone forgot or if you didn't see my last video because I did make a video about him bitching about that because I was just like what the fuck and he kept calling people the R slur and now he's doing that again but with the new hero that we're getting for season 4 in like what it's less than a week. It's like 6 days, I think, 4 days. No, not 4 days. Is it 6 days that we're getting this new hero. And so, it's a little bit less than a week that we're getting him. But we got to see the origin story and whatever, and now Blame the Controller is like complaining that he's like fucking I don't know, SJW cringe or whatever, and they're just like, oh, he's complaining just like about characters being diverse, even though that's literally the entire fucking point of Overwatch. Like, the entire point of Overwatch is that the characters are diverse and different and not the same, and it's like, do you want all the characters to be hateful like you? Is that what you want? Because that's gonna be fucking boring. Like, sure, I can like whatever characters that are quote unquote evil, but, that's because they're not exactly like me. Also, you're ignoring all the characters that are shitty or evil and whatever. Like, look at Torb. He hates Omnix. Are you ignoring Torb? Are you ignoring all the evil, like, quote unquote evil or morally gray characters that are not white? Like we got fucking Talon who has Doomfist, a black man, and then there's Sombra who is Mexican, and then Reaper. I feel like someone said something about Reaper being Afro-Mexican, but I'm not really sure about that. I tried to find it again, but like I couldn't find that again, so maybe Reaper's just I don't know. But he's not white. It's clear that Reaper is not white. And he has those skins where it shows like he's clearly from Mexican descent. So, usually they have those skins for heroes where it's like it's a tie to their like, ethnicity, race, whatever, like their I guess cultural background. Like Farah has the Anubis skins and the Jackal. It's Anubis and Jackal, and then she also has the other skins where it's like the Thunderbird skin. I forgot what the other one's called, but she has the Native American skins and then the Egyptian skins, and it's a tie to both sides of her family because her dad is native for Canada specifically because he does live in Canada or he's from Canada, whatever. And then her mom is Egyptian, so, she has skins that clearly represent that. And then, so we can, like, trust that the Reaper skins are also tied to his, like, background because, other characters have that. Many other characters have, like, their skins that kind of represent their background stuff. But yeah, so it's, we got those evil characters that are not white, quote unquote evil characters that are not white. So it's kind of just like, are you forgetting that? Are you forgetting that? Also, like the two white characters that are in Talon that we can play, like we got Moira and Widow, but like they're not men. So it's like, are you forgetting that too? Like you want to claim that Blizzard's like putting black people or like non-white people and women, non-men on like a pedestal, but then they literally have like the big bad evil characters are not like, some of them are not men and some of them are not white. Like, also Sombra is a woman too. So like, are you forgetting all that? Like, I mean, Sombra, she's kind of doing her own thing at the same time. Like, she's not completely in Talon's thing, but she's still kind of, doing some shit that probably isn't great for the overall world. She's just doing stuff for herself mostly, but yeah, it's kind of just like, are you forgetting all that shit? You're claiming Blizzard is being woke and racist towards white people, but then they have all these characters that are quote unquote evil that aren't whatever. Also, Baptiste used to be a part of Talon, and he's a black man. Also, Mauga, or whatever his name is, like, we haven't talked about him in a while, so I kind of like, is that his name? I'm pretty sure it's Mauga, right? Yeah, so, like, he's also, yeah, I'm pretty sure Mauga is still part of Talon, as far as we know, he's still part of Talon, and he's not white. The only thing with Baptiste is that he realized he was being stupid, so he left, and, whatever. I mean, okay, actually, we also have Sigma, who's part of Talon, but also, like, I mean, Widow and Sigma were both brainwashed to be a part of it, so it's not entirely, it wasn't entirely up to them, but also at the same time, it's like, they're still part of it, so, whatever. But, like, that's like one white man, and then there's two non-white men in there that we can play as that we know of. Like, there's probably plenty of other people that are not, you know, whatever. But yeah. Anyways, that was just part of like the whole like Ramatra thing and whatever. I don't know if I talked about that before, but I kind of wanted to touch on it again because, if no one watched that or if, I didn't talk about that stuff, I kind of wanted to bring that stuff up for that. But then, now that was like, what, a couple months ago when Ramatra got out and then he started complaining, and now, like, a month or two later, he's complaining about fucking the new hero, Lifeweaver, here, and he's like, oh, he's freaking, diversity points or whatever. But yeah, the first shit here with this is that, he posted one thing that was like the voice acting for the new hero is off, that monotone and ironically lifeless. Zenyatta sounds less robotic than the Lifeweaver does. And it's just like, what? You're just gonna attack someone for their voice acting here? That's kind of just like your your videos, like, cause I kind of watched a few of his videos before, and then I stopped after all of this, whatever other bullshit that happened before, because I started seeing that, like, he was a piece of shit, and so I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna watch his videos then if he's gonna be trash like this. But, like, your videos don't really, like, your voice in your videos don't sound much better either, so, you know, if you're gonna attack someone for their voice, then people can probably just attack you for your voice, because, you know, if you're doing it, then we can do it to you too. So, fuck you. And then above that, said he posted another thing being like the trailer for Weaver has the character saying diversity is our strength. Oh, fucking cringe. R word. It's like, that's the entire point of Overwatch? That's literally the entire fucking point. You have been in this community for how many fucking years, and you are complaining that the characters are too diverse. What the fuck does that say about you, dumbass? Like, seriously, what the fuck does that say about you? All the logic is just thrown out the fucking window with this bitch. Like, seriously, all the fucking logic is just completely gone. It's sucked out of this person. And I just like, bro, you have been you know, around this game community, playing this game for how many fucking years, and you're fucking crying still? Why are you still playing? Why are you still here? Like, if you don't fucking like it, go play a different fucking game. Like, bruh, I just, if you don't like that it's diverse, and even though that's like the entire fucking point, then go play a different game. Go play a game that doesn't require, or like, they clearly wanted to go down this path. Like, don't play the game if it's clearly going down that path. They said it so many times that every character is going to be different and from different like backgrounds and stuff. Also, I forgot to mention, like, I'm pretty sure I forgot to mention that like Symmetra is a morally gray character, and she's an autistic brown woman. So, again, she's not a white man. She's a brown woman, and she's also autistic. So, if you're gonna be whatever about, like, oh, it's the wokeness, like, there's still other characters that are quote unquote evil or morally gray or anti heroes, and they are not white. And some of them are not men. So, you know, there's that too. Symmetra's kind of a morally gray area. She's kind of like questioning herself if she's supposed to be in this area, and she's kind of whatever, but like, yeah, she's, again with the not realizing obvious shit is obvious. But anyways, let's move on to the other ones. So someone was, I guess, memeing on him, and, because this, obviously he's just a sad, ignorant, hateful person, and so they're kind of just joking and being like, says the person with the furry profile pic, because I don't think anyone would, I don't know, I mean, maybe they could say this in a serious way, but you know, I feel like a lot of people kind of joke about, like, says the person with the furry profile and whatever, but then he said pronouns, which I guess I didn't check, but I guess this person has pronouns in their bio. And it's like, there's nothing fucking wrong with that. You can't really attack someone for having pronouns. Like, you also have pronouns. Unless you just want me to call you it all the time, then, like, I mean, that could work. Like, changing pronouns, going from he to it, like, that would be easy for me. That'd be pretty fucking easy for me if you wanted me to, so, you just have to say the word and I'll call you it. So, anyways, and then someone says, how is it funny, or how's a furry talking shit about cringe? Ayo, holy fuck, dude. Yeah, it's like I think his profile pic is supposed to be like a dog skull, and it looks kind of like a controller. So, it kind of is a furry icon in a way. Um, and then what is this crackhead talking about? He said above that, and it's like, a lot of people find furries cringy, and then you're the one saying things are cringe, so, I mean, not that surprising that people find you cringe for having a furry profile picture, so, you know, whatever. Our characters not allowed to have lore and identities in their fictional settings. And it's like, exactly, like, that's like, the entire point of Overwatch is having like lore and diverse stuff, and everyone's different kind of thing. I feel like Apex Legends is kind of the same, where it's like, each character is their own little thing. Like, I think even though the abilities and the guns and everything are kind of the same, like, you can still see their personality when you're playing them, and when you select the character and everything. Like, you know, each character is their own little thing, and, whatever. And so, you know, I feel like with like lore and stuff with Apex, it's kind of like the point is having each character be different and diverse. It's not like fucking Call of Duty out here with Overwatch and like Apex. Like, they're all first person shooters, but I feel like with um Overwatch and Apex, it's a little more like story built into the game. Like Call of Duty, you're like, you're playing this character, but at the same time, you can ignore the lore a little bit more. Both Overwatch and Apex, I feel like, I mean, I haven't really played Apex. I don't really watch Apex stuff, so I don't know about Apex, but with like Overwatch and stuff, like they ingrain the lore into like voice lines and everything. But I mean, with Call of Duty, like I did play Call of Duty, and like I did play some of the story stuff, and I played zombies mostly, which like there is some lore in there with like the voice lines and stuff, and like with the story mode specifically, the yeah, that's like the story is the entire point of playing the story mode in the single player and whatever. But with zombies, like you'd think there isn't really any lore there, but like the lore with zombies is fucking massive. But I feel like with that, the only like you can kind of play zombies without the lore. Like if you just want to do like, oh, get to level 100 or whatever, wave 100, whatever you want to call it. Like if you just want to get as far as you can with the wave of zombies, with each wave, like sure you can do that. Like you don't need to know the lore to do that, but if you want to do know the lore, you can go watch videos and stuff and explore and whatever, listen to the voice lines and stuff, because they do have some stuff on like the walls and everything, and like in the voice lines, there's like whatever lore and stories built and stuff, but like it's not as ingrained. But with Overwatch, I feel like it's a little more ingrained into the game where it's like, this character is this way because of whatever, kind of thing. Um, but yeah, like I mean, you can play Overwatch without lore stuff, but it's a little harder too, cause like you're still getting lore from like voice lines and stuff and all that, so it's like, I don't know. I think with Call of Duty, it's a little easier to ignore those, and they're not as lore heavy with voice lines and stuff, so, you know, it's kind of like, I mean, I don't know. I guess in the comments you can say if you think Call of Duty kind of has whatever with like zombies and stuff, but I feel like Overwatch is slightly more story heavy than Call of Duty Zombies. Like, again, like Call of Duty does have the lore stuff with zombies, like it is a massive thing, but with like voice lines and stuff specifically, you can kind of ignore it and like not care. But with Overwatch, you can't really avoid it as much, so I don't know. But yeah. Then Blame the Controller says, so his lore is that he's an SJW cringe fest that sounds R-word leftist slogans. When the fuck did he ever say that shit? Really? I just like, what the fuck are you talking about? How is all of that like leftist kind of shit? Like, do you not want to help your planet or anything? Do you not want to stop wars? I just like, how is this like leftist leaning shit? Like, how is it leftist slogans? I don't fucking understand it. Like, does no one, like, push that you're a bad person? Okay, sure. And then someone freaking, I guess, put a picture up and they're like, is this you? And then he said, not my best pick, the lighting is bad, but yes, thanks for pointing out how handsome I am. I appreciate it. And it's like, well, that's kind of narcissistic and also like trying to act like people aren't clowning on you for how you look. Like, okay, sure, ignore that, because I saw people clowning on him for how he looks. It's actually kind of funny, especially since he did attack someone for how they look. So I'm just like, if he's attacking someone for how they look, then go ahead, go attack him for how he looks. I don't care, because he's being a piece of shit. So, go ahead. Um, and then someone says, bro throws around the R word like it's going out of fashion. You are without doubt one of the biggest embarrassments on a social space. He says, R word, you mean retarded? I don't like saying it. I mean, I am autistic, but I still don't like saying it. So like I just, as in you are R-worded. Like I just what? Like I why it's a slur to people who aren't neurotypical or that have a hard time with certain things usually. Like it's used against people who aren't quote unquote normal whatever. So the normal shit, like, someone could be autistic, someone could have OCD, ADHD, bipolar, whatever, like, and then someone could easily just call them the R word because, it was used to hate people, so, fuck you. And again, you are using it to hate people, so it's just like you're just making it worse and making it so, it's more of a hate word now too. I don't think it could ever come back from being a hate word, but still, like, you're just making it worse for literally everyone. Um, and then someone says, I love how you hide the comments who are not in your favor, like a little hurt bitch. Go off the internet, please seek therapy. Yeah, I really think you should seek therapy because just like you're crying over a fucking video game and you've been crying about it for the last however many fucking years and you're still fucking here. If you don't like it, go the fuck away. Get out, stop playing, stop being in the community if you're so butthurt about a fucking character. I just like, bruh, I had them because it's hilarious to see you weirdos rage about it. To also have pronouns in your bio, so if anyone needs therapy, it'd be you. Do straight cis people not have pronouns? Hello? Also, it's hilarious to see your weirdos rage about it. When have we ever raged about it? We're literally just telling you to stop being a dick. Like that's all we're doing. You're the one getting mad that we're telling you to not use a fucking slur. Um, I ain't gonna lie, they're eating you alive in the replies and QRTs. To be honest, you should consider deactivating. Yeah, he really should just get off the internet, go get therapy, whatever, 'cause he fucking needs to. A bunch of mentally ill weirdos who belong in an asylum are saying bad things about me. How are we the ones that need to, like, how are we the mentally ill ones that need to go in asylum? Like, if anything, that's you. I think you're projecting here, because you're the one that needs to get therapy. And then he posted that GIF again. I feel like he posted pretty much the same thing last time when Overwatch got released, and he kind of posted the same thing with that GIF before. I would have to look back, but I don't really care to. But I feel like it's very similar. I'm kind of getting a deja vu thing, but it could just be because of the GIF there. That could just be the deja vu type thing, but still, it's kind of like. I don't know, I feel like he said something like that before too, so whatever though. Anyways, someone says bigotry is more cringe, and it says Overwatch Cavalry actually did that. I feel like since I mean, if they blocked him, I don't know if he could add them, but he took a screenshot of it. Bigotry is more cringe, correct, which is why you R-word should stop being the SJW bigots that you are, but we both know that won't happen, and you keep crying pretending to be the victim. And it's just like, if anything, you're the one that's crying, pretending to be a victim, because we didn't fucking do anything to you. We're just telling you to stop using a slur. You're the one that started crying over a character existing and not being like you. It's just like, do you want every single character to be like you? We're not the ones that are being bigots here. You're the one that's using slurs, so you're the bigot here. Mad at a fictional character's fictional background. God, please send this man back to hunting and gathering. It's getting weird. I was laughing at the Overwatch devs adding cringe SJW shit to the trailer, and no point was I mad at a fictional background. It basically said the R word without the first part. Also pronouns in bio. Again, like, why are you so mad about pronouns in the bio? It's actually pathetic, and like, you're clearly not laughing. You keep coming back to this shit and like complaining that characters aren't like you. Clearly you're not laughing at it. Clearly you're fucking mad because you're still fucking complaining about it. So, you know, keep crying, I guess. Since you're not gonna leave, you're gonna keep crying because I know Overwatch is just gonna keep adding characters that are more and more diverse. So, stay in your said little bubble. And then here's the part where he attacked someone for how they looked. And I wanted to cover their face just in case they didn't want that out there more. Of course, the tweet, I guess, is probably still up, so people could probably still go see it, but I just wanted to cover their face just in case, and whatever. But I guess this person, their tweet was hidden because they limit their shit, I guess. Um, but they probably made fun of Blame the Controller for how he looked, and then he, I guess, quote tweeted that with a picture of this person and said could be worse. And so it's just like, fuck you. Like, honestly, fuck you. Like, if you're gonna make fun of people for the way they look, then we can make fun of you for the way you look. So, fuck you too. And then someone, again, this tweet is hidden, so I can't read it because they limit it. But then he said, I always find this funny. You weirdos are a tiny fraction of the population, while you are quite vocal on social media. The overwhelming majority of normal people in the world don't think like you, and you're the most cases disgusted by your bizarre behaviors and ideologies. It's like, what behaviors and ideologies are disgusting to you? Like, we don't have any ideologies, and like, what behaviors? Because we do the same shit you do. Like, we're just not crying constantly about stupid shit in a fucking video game, okay? Like, but for the most part, we do the basic human shit that we need to do. So, like, what behaviors are you talking about? Also, if your rights were being taken away, then wouldn't you be like super vocal about it? Wouldn't you be trying to scream to the heavens, scream at the top of your lungs to give us rights, like treat us like normal human beings, stop killing us, that kind of thing? Wouldn't you be trying to yell that out to the world? Or are you just a little bitch baby and not wanting to use your fucking voice? You just want to cry and bitch on the fucking internet about fucking video games instead of like actually trying to take action about stupid shit that's happening in the world. Clearly, you only care about a stupid video game, even though you say you don't. Basically, you're saying that you don't like it, but you clearly care about it for some reason, even though time and time again you keep complaining about it. It makes no sense at all. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, like, we're not here complaining about a fucking character in a video game. We're here trying to get our fucking rights and for people to stop fucking killing us. So, who's the real bitch baby here? You know? But yeah, I think that's it. That's kind of all of them, I think. I would have to check again to see if he did say something again, but I don't know. So yeah, if he does say anything again, then it's like after this video has gone up. So I don't know. I'm gonna check though and come back and see if there is anything still here. Okay, so I did check and there hasn't been anything within the last however long from this last one, so yeah, I guess that's kind of it. I guess so. Yeah. Anyways, I guess by then you can comment what you think in the comments down below. But yeah, so I guess by then.